We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cấp nhất thiết chúng sanh. Tình chiến diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tất chướng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Đàn Thượng Sư Chế Đô Ye Ở La Hờ Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xế. Nam mô Ta Rác Tha Tô Ya Đa Ya A La Ha Đế Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Tọa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I am able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai qian wan jian an zao yu, wo jin jian wen de shou chi, yuan jie ru lai zhe shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Ching Liang, Great Master YongHua, all monks and nuns, and all good no advisors, Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、精良大士、师父上人、各位出家人、各位善知识，弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Thanh Lương Đại sư, Hòa thượng Thiên Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, thank you all for coming. Today is the 5th of December 2021. We are here to continue discussing the first chapter of the Avatamsaka Sutra. All right, how are you tonight? Okay, same old group here. So I know that many of you. This is only the second week, beginning of the third week of the Chanchi, right? Am I correct? Can't hear you. I think it is. Okay. And I noticed many of you have been working hard already, so I'm very pleased about that. Chanchi is a time for you to put aside everything and immerse yourself in the way of practice, if you will. It's something you must do in order to understand. And then I remember that when Master YongHua explained this sutra, these important sutras actually were explained during the Fochis and the Chanchis as well. So it's because people earned it. That's why we got a chance to learn these great dharmas from Master YongHua. And we should all be very grateful for him to take the initiative and explain the sutra. I don't think he explained it in Asia at all. So you see, So, and I'm pretty sure, looking at his disciples, that still remains. I'm pretty sure he didn't explain it for them. Okay, it's for all of us as well. Okay, I think you find out in time. Time will tell. But I feel so far the real recipient of his explanation are us. Okay, because these monks, they have this problem. They need to pass on the knowledge. Okay, and so that's why it's recorded, so that our generations are able to make use of it and benefit from it. All right. So we should be appreciative of what Master YongHua did for us, and the way that we can benefit from it really is to work hard. Okay, you are on the way. In other words. All right. It's not the quantity; it's the quality, as they say. Okay. There's only one Master YongHua in the world. Unfortunately, when he left, we lost. And so now I hope that many of you will, at least one or two, I'm hoping more than that, will take over and continue the propagations, because his vision is that this wisdom is supposed to be shared to all over. Okay, and the way I see it is that there will be people that will be sent out to various parts of the world, various parts of the United States. Okay, for example, for us, the South is still not very receptive. Okay, actually, it's very dangerous for us. Okay, so we can't really function there. But we still have the East Coast that we can still explore. We are invading Northern California, as you know. Okay, we're very aggressive. It doesn't look it, but we're invading. We're bringing the Dharma up there. And I hope someday to be able to bring the Dharma to the East Coast as well. Okay, the land is fertile there. There are a lot of competent people there. Okay, we have the cream of the crop. The cream of the crop is in the East Coast as well. Okay, but also furthermore, there are also competent people everywhere as well. Okay, so it's up to us to continue to hone our skills and then go. And that's why my hope is that the Koreans will teach the Koreans eventually, and the Vietnamese teach the Vietnamese, and the whatever. Okay, Japanese teach the Japanese. Okay, because they understand the cultural differences and nuances that we foreigners don't. So that's why this will continue to be the training place for all those people who wish to be trained. And then once they are skilled enough, they'll be sent out. Like Master Z, for example, was sent to Korea temporarily. Okay, and then eventually, when the Koreans are good enough, I will send some replacement, I'll bring him back, and I will train him more. And then continue to train him and send him to different places as well. Okay? So that's what I think needs to happen, because when you look at Master YongHua's teaching, it's too Chinese for me. It is. It has the Chinese style of teaching. There's maybe so much to teach that the Chinese couldn't get it. But they're so Asian. Whereas from this Dharma ending age, we need to be more explicit. We need to be clearer. Okay, so that's why we elaborate more, give you more details. That's not in the sutras themselves. Okay, All right, chapter 1. We are talking about we are on slide 140. The section here as labeled as analyzed by Great Master Ching Liang is called, it describes the Buddhas, the state of inconceivability of the Buddha. Okay, keep in mind that what he describing in this chapter 1 here are the visions of the Buddha, what's really happening in the world, that we unenlightened people, we sound hearers, have no clues about. Okay, I remember the days where I was able to go into this board of directors and listen to them talk for the first time. I said, wow, this is a different world. It's not something you can find in the books or in the classrooms, because those professors, those geniuses have no clues what's really happening in the world. Okay, so this is what we're doing here. I find chapter 1 is very difficult to teach. However, it's sort of like a peeping into what's really going on in the world, how this world is structured, how this world is run, who's who. All right? So here, and these people are so reverent, different to Shakyamuni Buddha. All right, 141. At the time, the world-honored one seated on his throne, had realized utmost proper enlightenment in regard to all dharmas.
于一切法沉醉正觉。
Okay, 143. So at that time, at that point in time, that is when the Buddha decided to explain the Avatamsaka Sutra under the Bodhi tree for the Bodhisattvas who came as numerous as clouds in the world. And so he was seated on his throne. His throne here refers to he's a Dharma king. No one knows more about the Dharma or can master the Dharma like the Buddha. Therefore, he's called king, a Dharma king. Okay, his virtuosity in terms of comprehension, in terms of explanation, is unparalleled. Okay, he was sitting on his throne, meaning in his place, his seat. And the Bodhisattvas saw him actually sitting on a marvelous, wonderful throne, okay, like befitting of a king. He had realized, the Buddha realized utmost proper enlightenment in regard to all dharmas. Okay, proper enlightenment means that in regard to all dharmas, means that for every single thing in the world, okay, he able to understand the reason for its happening, its existence. Why is there a camera right there facing me, for example? The Buddha, one glance, he said, this is why. And he can dissect it to the minute details in each component of the camera. Why it's there. Okay? And then he can backtrack in time infinitely as well. That's the kind of wisdom he has. See, for us, you only see a monk coming, a nun coming, and adjust the camera, and magically you see an image on your screen. Actually, it's a lot more going on. So this Buddha has this incredible insight into things that we see. Okay, things that happen in our world. That's called proper enlightenment. What is the proper meaning? What is the reason for that? What is the cause for that? All right? In regard to all dharmas, there's nothing he does not know the causes for or conditions for. Think about it. For you to get a PhD, for you to get a master's, for you to get a bachelor's degree, okay? For you to graduate from high school, you need how many years? 6 to 18, so 10 years plus, just to graduate from high school. Okay? And when you graduate from high school, how much did you know? Okay? And then you normally would take you 4 years to go for a bachelor's degree, 2 more years for a master's degree, and total maybe several years, so 10 years to get a PhD. Now, how much do you know? Okay? And so you see, it takes a while in order to develop knowledge, to acquire knowledge, okay? And so much more is the case for developing wisdom. For him, for this Buddha here, his expertise is boundless. It's nothing he does not know. You want to talk about architecture? He'll be glad to talk to you about architecture. He probably knows more architecture than the architecture prize-winning architects in the world. Okay, you find holes in those great architects' designs. So that's amazing. Think about it. And the way to do it is what he described in his teachings. The way we got our certification as a doctor, as a lawyer, is because we have a system to do that, okay? And that's why it's proven track record. Same thing, Buddhas get there because they have this way, this track record of developing people, of developing knowledge. Okay? And how many people in the world who heard of the Buddha realize this? People who, Buddha, Gautama, especially Hinayana, Gautama Buddha, he's very wise. But what they don't realize is this Buddha here, even the Hinayana do not realize that he has the utmost proper enlightenment in regard to all dharmas. And the way as these Hinayana people walk, the path they're walking, is that path that will bring them there. And they should not stop prematurely. Okay? Why? Because they developed a little bit of knowledge and became full of themselves. And they say, I know. And these we're talking about the 4th stage arhats who have wisdom already. They still fall trapped to that. And most of you will not make it to the 4th stage arhats. It's that difficult. Okay? Unless you sign away your houses, your cars, and stuff like that. There's still ways, yes. All right. So this proper enlightenment and utmost is that this is unsurpassed. There's nothing more. Okay, this is the highest level possible of wisdom, of knowledge you can acquire. You see, that's the difference between transcendental approaches, which we call the way, versus the worldly path, the worldly educational systems or training systems. All right? That is because we are geared, in our side, we're geared towards helping you build this thing here. Okay? The vision is not just this lifetime, like worldly people. They say, let's spend 10 years and get a PhD. Okay? It's not like that because they only can see one lifetime. This pathway here is for you, okay? That continue. There's something that builds upon what you did in the past, paving the way for you now, okay? To maximize your potential, and then create the conditions for you to continue in future lifetimes. One such way is what? Pave the way for you to go to the Pure Land, where you will reach this utmost proper enlightenment, guaranteed. No one else can give you that guarantee except Amitabha Buddha. He said, you go to my land, I guarantee you will become just like me. No more worries. And what do worldly people do? They don't know that. So they fight for bones, for tiny gains, for fame and profit. That's what worldly people do, right? Whereas Buddha says, you don't know the complete picture, so you're missing out. Yes, Q&A.
Master, question related with to Pure Land. So bodhisattvas can regress in their levels. And if I remember it correctly, once you made it into a Pure Land, you will not regress. So does that mean, like bodhisattvas, if they ever made it into the Pure Land, they will never regress?
You see, again, this is a Chinese person asking about Chinese materials, okay? And I hate to say it, but I don't want to tell them. Let them be confused. Because they're so full of themselves. The Chinese are saying, I know. I mean, this is you learning from us. You know, what you learn is in Chinese. Come on. So we do know more than you. You have to consult us with our Chinese characters. But Mahayana is way more than just a Tripitaka. Tripitaka is only one tiny portion of it. For example, this Avatamsaka Sutra we're reading is like a grain of sand in terms of Avatamsaka teachings. Okay, so that's why when you talk about regression and so forth, of course, the question shows that this is so typical of the bookworms who only read from the books and have no idea what's really going on at all. Okay, and so. Yes, it's the case that bodhisattvas here can regress. It has happened, is happening, okay? That's a fact, but it's not recorded in the Chinese texts, Chinese scriptures, Korean scriptures, Vietnamese scriptures, whatever scriptures, because it simply is not. It's not meant to be recorded, okay? It's meant for a light person to explain it to you. Okay, and because if we record everything there, it would cause a lot of confusion for you. So when I explain to you, you have the choice of, yeah, I believe it or I don't believe it. So that's why we have live speakers for you. Okay, so yes, they regress in this world. However, when they go to Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land, they will never regress. That's a fact. All right? Why is that the case? It's for me to know, for you to find out. Okay? I don't want you to become smart Alex like those book firms. I know. All right. All right. Continue. Text. His wisdom entered the three periods of time as completely level and equal.
置入三世，悉皆平等。
145. His wisdom entered the three periods of time. Okay, meaning this wisdom here enters, meaning what? He can go back to the past. He can understand right now, and I give you prediction of what this week's Super Lotto is going to be. Okay? Or how Bitcoin is going to perform next week. Would you like to know that? Oh, you make so much money. He knows that. Okay? The why? Why does he know it? He knows it because even Bitcoin, he knows. Trust me. If you ask him, he will right now, here right now. You ask him, he says, oh, of course. Yeah, I give you. Give me a piece of paper. Let me write away. Okay. Diego is interested now. I said, this makes my time worth it, he says. He knows he can do it, but it's like meaningless to him. For us, it's value. To us, it's valuable. To him, it's like gravel. Gold is like gravel. When you go to the Pure Land, the land, the ground is made of gold. Ask Goyin's mother. Goyin's mother went to the Pure Land, so immediately she came back to Goyin's dream and said, "Hey, I love you. I give you some gold." And Goyin's so happy. He said, "Oh, my sister will be so glad." And I explained to Goyin that gold is like worthless in the Pure Land. Okay, so this wisdom here is nothing that he does not know in the three periods of time. Okay, in fact, there's no time, there's no notion of past. When he talks about the past, it's because of you, because of us. To him, there's no distinction between past, present, and future. That's why. All right? Completely level and equal. Right? What is level? Level is from a Chinese. Okay? 平, flat. 平 is flat. Okay? It's no high, no low. Okay? So what does it mean? How come it's flat? It's flat because there's no what? 衔接. What? You should know by now. You use the microphone.
Affliction.
Anyone else? Why is it level? Four.
It is true, no more, no less.
I thought you were going to say because my wife said so. Yes, 7.
Bởi vì tất cả trí tuệ đều từ phát sanh từ cái gốc là tánh không đó ra.
Anyone else? Translation.
Master, the wisdom come out because from the empty nature.
Anyone else? Why is it level? 8.
Maybe because all the dharmas take you to the same state.
Okay. Anyone else? His wisdom refers to, go ahead, Q&A. His wisdom is level.
Because there's no discrimination.
Excellent.
Finally.
Finally. Hooray for the Chinese. They're catching up with us. Why, we really abuse them all, huh? Don't we? His wisdom is level, meaning that in this state of wisdom, he absolutely has no discrimination. Why are we talking about no discrimination? No good, no bad. No right, no wrong. No waste, no waste. There's no discrimination whatsoever. That's why it's called wisdom. This wisdom that whenever he looks at anything, he thinks of anything, it's no discrimination at all. No Chinese, no American. You see? You see, I was hoping that the Chinese would look at us and say, why are you fighting with us? You American, so am I. We're Chinese, so are you. That the Chinese should know that. Agreed, Chun? You're the one who have the wisdom.
Yes, I agree.
She sounded so reluctant, don't you think? Yeah. All right, but you see, your people are so proud now that you're better than the Americans. Okay. See, Brady's now laughing. Dream on, yes? No. Oh, you're not discriminating? Okay, so you see, Sabina, it's the discrimination that causes turmoil in you. You want more money, you want better food, you want nicer things because you discriminate, okay? And that is what makes you unhappy. That's the state of no wisdom. Okay? I'm hesitant. Some of you are working hard, so I don't want to rub it, too hard on you. Okay, I want to spare some of you. Okay, some of you are still fragile. Okay, so this wisdom here is a wisdom that it's okay, if you're nice, it's okay. You mean, it's okay. You are angry, it's okay. You totally don't discriminate. You don't expect anything. All right? What about equal? Equal here, 平等, here refers to the wisdom that is equal to what? to the other Buddhas. Meaning that, you see, this is what happened. The word's very simple, 平等, level and equal. But it says right there, this process, where you learn to not discriminate. Stop thinking of yourself as Koreans, for example, or Chinese for that matter. We're all Vietnamese, you know that. I've been stressing to you that it all started in Vietnam. I think this is a bit out of script, okay? But the point is that the wisdom here, you don't discriminate anymore, okay? And so for example, when you go to lunch and they serve you Vietnamese food, you say, I don't know, okay? Or and so forth. So that's why, discrimination. However, this wisdom here, first it is a state of no discrimination whatsoever, but it also has another qualifier. This is the same wisdom as the other Buddhas, meaning that first there was a Buddha, okay? There's the first Buddha ever. Whoever that whenever it happened, whoever it happened, we don't know. Okay, so long ago, we don't know anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. This Buddha, that Buddha, doesn't even want to know that you know his name or her name. Is it clear? So that's why it's not even recorded anymore, because he doesn't want anyone to know. But from that first time that person became a Buddha, okay, and attained a level of wisdom, okay, and ever since after that, every single person who became a Buddha has the same equal level of wisdom. This is a standard. Of excellence. Okay? We're not talking about believers. We're not talking about temples. We're not talking about $1.2 billion, 1.2 billion followers and devotees and so forth. What he's talking about is the wisdom of a Buddha, okay, is level and equal. You see, different measurements, different standards of excellence. $146. You see, I grew up learning about success that can be measured in terms of degrees. Labels on your clothing, cars you drive, power, money, authority, all those things. Okay? And no one taught us about all these much more important measurements. 146. His body filled all worlds. His sound reached each and every land of the 10 directions.
其身充满一切世间，其音普顺十方国度。
147. Commentary. His body filled all worlds, meaning that he is all worlds. How is that? He filled. Okay, it's just like this is from the perspective of the bodhisattvas even. The bodhisattva cannot see that this body, they only see this Buddha body filling the world. But actually, okay, that's a language that was used to talk to the bodhisattvas. You understand now? Bodhisattvas say, there's still the body is not feeling the world, not the world. So that's why he explained here this Buddha actually feels all the worlds. So because you cannot see it yet. So when you have more wisdom, you see your body become feeling more worlds and more worlds and more worlds. How's that? Okay? And you could think of it in terms of a executive having more shares into the company. Does it help? Yeah, there you go. So this Buddha here, when these bodhisattvas, when they attain, when they excel and they improve, their bodies actually feel more worlds. They get bigger and bigger and bigger. Yes, 4.
Master, isn't this speaking to his omniscience, his intelligence being present throughout every land and in all 10 directions?
Yeah, that's where the Catholics and the Christians stole from.
Probably.
Yeah,
right.
they use the words. Actually, those words are not true for them, but this is true of the Buddhas. They learn it from the Buddhists, by the way. It's a fact. Yeah. So I mean, in our scriptures, we recorded all those things. Okay. This concept of omniscience, or omnipresent, omnipowerful, okay, that's from the Buddhists. Because they don't know what they're talking about. Okay? His sound reached each and every land of 10 directions. Okay? Meaning that he can be heard all over the Dharma realm. No microphone needed, no internet needed, no microwave needed. If you want to talk to someone, somewhere, you say, hey, how are you doing? Are they treating you well? All right? You like the food? All right? 148. Text. Just as space contains all things, yet does not differentiate among them.
譬如虚空具含众相，于诸境界无所分别。
149. So they describe the state of the Buddha here is like space, okay, that is able to contain everything. You can throw anything and everything into space and we'll accept it. Okay, and yet does not differentiate among the things in there. And that's a state of wisdom. Okay? So meaning that as your wisdom increases, you tend to be less discriminatory. In other words. Does it help? It's not about something else. We're talking about you. We're doing all this. You endure all this hardship, all, these tests. And if you pass them, if you don't quit, eventually, okay, in spite of all the hardship and all the struggles, all the difficulties, all the heartaches, okay, you'll find yourself be more what? Embracing. Less discriminatory. So that's why I don't want you to think of yourself as what? Buddhist. No discrimination. We're also Christians. We're also Catholics. We're also Jews. We're also Mormons. Okay? Yes. 8.
Master, can we say it maybe that the Buddha contains everything, but at the same time doesn't? Let me see. The Buddha contains everything, just as you said. We can say that we are Buddhist, Christian, Catholic, but at the same time we don't identify with any of that.
There's nothing to identify with. There's nothing that needs to identify. All right? You see, eventually you understand. Okay? Mm. So the key thing here is this Buddha's wisdom here. He absolutely has no discrimination whatsoever. He embraces everything. All the evil, all the goodnesses, all the icky stuff. Okay? All the wonderful things in the world, all the wonders, he embraces them all. That's Buddhist wisdom. (150) Text. Or as space pervades everywhere, impartially entering all lands.
又如虚空普遍一切，于诸国度平等随入。
See, prior section he says, Buddha's wisdom is like empty space, embracing everything and anything. So, what does it mean? It means that I heard recently people, when I describe to people, ghosts and demons, they say, how can I kill demons? How can I harm demons? If you're a Buddha, you're not going to harm demons. You're not going to kill demons. You embrace them as well. Okay? No need to be afraid of them. You should be afraid of them, but eventually you don't need to be afraid of them. You should be afraid, but you should not. That's a either way. Remember? There's a time to be afraid. There's a time not to be afraid. Yes. Number 8. You want to elaborate on the either way?
No, I mean, Master is scarier than the demon.
It's totally untrue. I can categorically tell you it's totally untrue. I resent that. Okay? Anyone else? All right. Yes, too.
Question from Jason K. Is that the state of true emptiness, and yet it contains everything?
Yes. As space pervades everywhere, impartially entering all lands, referring to the fact that Buddha is like space, okay? It's everywhere, okay? That means that he's present everywhere. So that's why Buddha never entered nirvana. Think about it. He's here. He's there. He's in Vietnam for sure. Okay? So he's everywhere present. It's a cool state. Think about it. You worry about buying temples, buying houses, buying land, Like Gu Yin was buying land in Vietnam, you know that? I said, what for? Anyway, 152, text. His physical form, eternal and ubiquitous, was seated in all bodhimandas.
身恒遍作一切道场。
153, commentary. His physical form, eternal and ubiquitous. Okay, again, this body, his body is doesn't decay and never decays. It's eternal. It lasts forever. And ubiquitous, meaning it's everywhere. Okay, was seated in all bodhimandas, meaning in every single temple throughout Vietnam. He's there, among other countries. All right? So he's everywhere. He's never apart from us. Like it or not. 154. In the midst of the Bodhisattva multitudes, the Buddha emitted awesome, magnificent light as when the rising sun illuminates the whole world.
菩萨众中微光赫熠，如日轮出，照明世界。
155, commentary. So he's sat there surrounded by the bodhisattvas. Okay, and there are layers upon layers upon layers of bodhisattvas sitting on the ground, floating in the air, and so forth, infinitely. Okay, it's an amazing state. And so he's sitting there in all of them, the only Buddha, okay, among them. So he emitted awesome, magnificent light, okay. Awesome is it? It inspires respect, it inspires fear of those people who have bad intentions or fearful. Those who have goodness in their heart are in awe. That's a difference. Okay, that's why it's awesome. Okay, the people who the faithful, the devotees are so reverent, are so ecstatic, are so happy, whereas the bad elements are fearful, are in denial. Yes, too.
From PT, can one continue to cultivate the Buddha Dharma in the heaven realm and become enlightened as the Buddha Dharma is pervading everywhere if we are open to it?
I don't know. I haven't been to the heaven where you're able to cultivate. What I know, okay, is that Maitreya Bodhisattva is living in the heavens right now, Tushita heaven, the fourth level of heaven in our desire realm. And he's waiting to be the Buddha. Okay? And historically, many people, including many cultivators, went up to the heavens to try to cultivate, and they failed miserably. And the only place in the heavens that I know of where people can cultivate is actually that inner court of the Tushita heaven where Maitreya Bodhisattva is actually teaching them right now. It's also considered a pure land for us as well. So we know of two pure lands at least. The one in the Tushita heaven where Maitreya Bodhisattva is, that's where you can cultivate. And the other, a much better one, is Western Bliss Pure Land. Okay, so for all practical purposes, okay, yes, you can cultivate in the heavens, okay, but my feeling is that it's even more difficult to cultivate in the heavens than down here in the human realm. And that is why the Buddha Dharma has to be transmitted here to maximize the impact, if you will. Because heavens are not designed for cultivation. Heavens are designed for you to enjoy yourself, enjoy life, and benefit from your blessings. Here, okay, is where you can cultivate, because here is where you you don't mind suffering as much as the heavens. What happens in the heavenly beings, they are not used to suffering. And that's why a little bit of suffering, they would run away. Here, many ordinary people, smart people here, when they see suffering, they run away already. Okay? When they have a choice, they would run away. Okay? And that's what happens to heavenly beings. When they encounter suffering, they are not interested. And unfortunately, the way is the way of suffering. It's not the way of pleasure. It's just my opinion, that's all, okay? But you're free to believe whatever you want to believe. So I don't recommend going to the heavens and hoping to be able to cultivate. That's nonsense. Okay? You want to cultivate, come in human realm. That's what all Buddhists and Bodhisattvas do. Because Bodhisattvas don't come to the heavens in order to cultivate. So we should follow their examples. Conk, go ahead.
Sir, I heard that when third stage arahant dies, they go to heaven. So that third stage arahants, they are not cultivating right now in the heaven.
The third stage arhat are living in a special heaven in the form realm where they're cultivating. Okay, it's because of the nature of the blessings. Yeah, they stay up there and they inhabit that place, waiting to become fourth stage arhats. So in a way, you can say they're cultivating. Okay, but it's a special case here where actually, if you're third stage arhat, okay, then you happen to be there because you didn't do a good job down here in the human realm. That's why you had to go up there. Okay. Whereas if you were in the human realm, you were third stage arhat, I expect you to reach fourth stage arhat. How's that? So that you don't have to go to the heavens, because that's too slow. I'm very impatient. I don't want to wait for too long. Okay? The longer I wait, the more I talk about it, the more often I would change my mind. I don't trust people who talk. Okay? So it's true. Xian Kung's point is well taken. There are some heavens where you can cultivate, but in general, heavens are not meant for cultivation. They're not conducive to cultivation. My point being that if you're a third stage arhat, you have to go up there because you have no choice. If you had a choice, I would stay down here and cultivate. You progress a lot faster than up there. Because you realize when you go to the heaven, in order for you to go from third stage arhat to fourth stage, would take like, I don't know exact numbers, but gazillions of years. Why? People down here have reached for Sejahat a lot faster than that. Why would you want to go up there? You see? So that's why my point is that heavens are not conducive to cultivation, not ideal for cultivation. I wouldn't go to the heavens to cultivate. I go there to chase after the demon maidens. That would be fun. Or if you are a woman, go up there and chase after the demon kings. And that would be, I don't know how they look like, but it should be so fantastic. But it's not the place for cultivation. Okay, wrong place. Not ideally suited for cultivation, except for the inner court of the Tutisha heaven, where Maitreya Bodhisattva is teaching there. Another reason why I would not go even to that heaven for the third stage arhats is because it's not safe. Because if I had a choice, if we go to heavens, the only heaven that would interest me would be the inner court of the Tushita heaven. Why? Because I prefer to have a good no advisor. The third stage arhat in that heaven have no good no advisors. So they're completely at the mercy of the demons. All right? It's just insider tips. I would go to Maitreya where the demons cannot fool Maitreya, but the demons can easily fool most of us. So, Xian Kong, you're welcome to go up there, but I don't recommend it. Yes, 3.
Master, I have a question about demons. If demons lead us astray, then we living beings suffer for that because we accepted or allowed ourselves, or there's some kind of, who knows what exactly, some kind of affinity, let's say, with a demon. I'm not really sure about demons. So we humans suffer because we get led astray and we do something that we should not have done, right? But the demons, they have a different scale of what's right and wrong, right? Because they are there to cause us problems. So then if they somehow encourage us to do something wrong and we do it, then do they get a point because, okay, they did their job?
Yeah, they got promoted.
That's what I wondered. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, they all have their functions, their purposes. They get promoted. That's a good thing. Because as long as you have powerful demons, you have even more powerful bodhisattvas. That's what the demons don't understand. We're waiting for them to get promoted so that we can send more powerful bodhisattvas to neutralize them. Otherwise, the bodhisattva have nothing to do. You think bodhisattva are like Xian Kung prefers in heaven and just, I'm waiting before Sejahat, I'm cultivating. No, bodhisattva are very busy. Okay? And it's more fun to deal with those demons. And if you're lucky, you have Maitreya pointing out to you how the demons fool you. Because without him, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't understand. Yes, Catholic. Every night he has questions. This guy is a very curious Catholic. Yeah. most of us Buddhists here don't even ask the questions for like years, once a year maybe. This guy is like every night.
I have a question. I'm very confused a little bit. So Buddhists believe that in heaven there's demons? Because that's a concept I never heard of, or it's kind of foreign to me.
Demons are everywhere. That's why they're demons. Magnificent light, okay? This light here is incredibly brilliant, okay? And so magnificent here, awesome here is about fear, about respect. Magnificent here, so you have fear and respect. At the same time, you also have desirable, very highly desirable, highly coveted, if you will. Magnificent. When you hear magnificent, you say, I like to have that. I like it. I like to have that. Yes? Okay. So this is what the Buddha's light is like. Okay? He inspires respect from us good people. And he inspires fear in the people with evil minds. They're afraid. You know, so for example, in a very small scale, you know, I met people who are scared of me. They don't want to come near me. They don't want to be in the same room. They don't want to see me. Because every time they see me, they're scared. They're shaking. Or they're just not comfortable. Why is that? It's not just me. It's many people, okay? When such people encounter, they have that kind of reaction. It's because the demon that possesses them is scared of the light that we emit. When you do chant, you emit light when you choose to. Okay? And sometimes you forget. So, but anyway, so you emit light, and these demons, they're very sensitive to light. Okay? So the more brilliant the light, the more frightened they are. So the higher level of samadhi, the stronger the light. And the more magnificent the light, if you will. So far, so good? Okay? And this light of the Buddha is the brightest, like the rising sun illuminating the world, the whole world. So this light here is so bright, it will illuminate every single thing without fail. You take it for granted. This is what the bodhisattvas see. You have no clues. Your world is so tiny, you know. You hang on to this little things you have. When the bodhisattva says, oh wow, look at that Buddha, it's something else. Huh? You know, fascinating. We're exposing this world here where, and you look at our world, we are so narrow-minded, so petty-minded. Huh? (156) The great ocean of the multitudes of blessings, cultivated in the 3 periods of time, had already been purified.
三世所行，众福大海，悉已清净。
So, this Buddha here, okay, has cultivated blessings. So you observe all these beautiful things outside, the light and magnificence and the awesome power and so forth. But furthermore, what you don't realize this Buddha has is that he has tremendous blessings that he's been cultivating in the past. 3 periods of time, meaning he cultivated so many blessings, okay, that he became a Buddha. This is a clue right here. Why aren't you a Buddha? Because your blessings are not enough yet. Don't blame your mother. Don't blame your husband that that you're not. They don't allow you to cultivate. The more difficult it is, and you hanging there, and you manage to cultivate, the more blessings you generate. So this Buddha here, overcame so many obstructions, so many obstacles in his cultivation, and that's why he generated an abundance of blessings, unimaginable, called in the form of great ocean of multitude of blessings. Great ocean, I mean, you can't even count it. And multitude meaning is what? There's all sorts of blessings. Not just giving charity for the poor or for the Vietnamese or for the Chinese and so forth. It's like all sorts of blessings. You do everything for everyone. And the only way that's possible is that you don't discriminate anymore. Just remember, you're all Vietnamese. No more discrimination. Yes, too. And the funny thing is that the Vietnamese don't listen to my lectures. Only the non-Vietnamese like my lectures. The Vietnamese say, you're not Vietnamese enough. And here I am preaching that you should all be Vietnamese. And you are all Vietnamese. Excuse me, go ahead too. It's so ironical. Mahayana is so ironical, Yes, too. Maybe they don't need to hear Mahayana anymore. Yeah. Two.
From C.Y. Wang, we use suffering as a tool to cultivate in our human realm.
Yes, that's our preferred. That's our shortcuts, if you will. The pathways are so many pathways, but suffering is one of the secret shortcuts. Okay, so Buddhas in the past have cultivated countless blessings and all sorts of countless blessings. Number 4, did you have something to say?
I think the second bullet point on the page I wanted to clarify. I think you're going to get to that.
Yes, I'm coming to that. Okay, so the Buddha cultivated countless blessings, meaning that how do you cultivate countless blessings? Huh? Someone help me out. How do you cultivate countless blessings? Come on, Chinese people, you should know. Chin. She's that's me. Huh? How do you cultivate countless blessings? And you can tell that Sangwoo is so happy. Today, I don't have to do a thing. No translation. I sit here and listen to Master's jokes. Yes. How do you cultivate countless blessings?
Follow countless Buddhas.
So Chinese. Tuan, how do you cultivate countless blessings? Tuan has been safe all this the last 3 weeks.
Master, please repeat again.
He's not even listening. He's so comfortable. Yeah, I'm going to take it easy tonight. Again. How do you cultivate countless blessings, endless blessings?
faith on Buddhism.
Number 2.
Alex says you cultivate countless blessings through compound interest.
Through compound interest. Anyone else? Yes? 8.
Maybe by offering to the triple jewel.
That's a good start. Start with your church, and then eventually you graduate, to higher classes. Yes, 4. No, I'm serious. You should not ignore it. You should not ignore your church. You should not ignore your synagogue. Okay? I'm serious about it. You have a chance, cultivate, plant blessings. But eventually, when your blessings mature, you will naturally move on. Okay? I'm talking being very practical. We can talk all we want, but there's certain level gradations because before you're able to do it. Yes, 4.
Thank you, Master. My recommendation is pre-tax 10% of your annual salary, donation to the Triple Jewel. But if you can do more, that helps.
Q&A.
Thank you, Master. Just follow the good no advisor.
Okay, yes, 8.
Maybe if you offer and you serve to Buddhas too.
See, you have to. See, this is the path of the Buddhas. This is very important. It sounds casual, but this is very important. It says he cultivated a great ocean of multitudes of blessings. This is how you become a Buddha. That's how he became a Buddha. That's how all Buddhas became Buddhas. And you want 4 two-handed eyes, you want Shuranga mantra, you want Vietnamese mantra, but you don't know that this is the real deal. Cultivate great oceans of multitudes of blessings. Yeah? So how do you do that? Yes, Sabina? 9.
Having the wisdom to do it.
Having wisdom to do it. Yes. Q&A.
Anitafa Master.
Yes.
You transfer all your merit and your whatever that you have to the whole universe.
Very good. Excellent. Okay. That's a step above all the other answers. Very good. Anyone else? Yes, 7.
Mình mình thấy mình làm bất cứ cái gì và chúng sanh là bất cứ cái vật chất nào cũng đều trong cái tánh không như Kinh Kim Cang đó. Không có thấy người cho, của cho, dầu nhỏ lớn gì cũng không có thấy cái đó là mình, là người, tứ tướng.
Master, I think the way you practice is like whatever you do, you should contemplate like whatever in the Vaisha Sutra say that when you giving, you don't see the 4 marks. You don't see the marks of the giver, the receiver, the object, the subject.
Okay. Very scholarly. Yes, number 2.
Emily said by helping the temple. Jason K. said...
Which temple? Wait. I think I know what she means, but let's be specific. Jason K., go ahead.
Jason K. said to give without a discriminating mind and use universal worthy's help to spread all blessings to all 10 directions of the Buddhas.
Very good. Anyone else?
Yong from San Jose said, make countless giving parameters. Jesus says, by never ever giving up. And Cordelia says, cultivate without duality.
Okay, you guys are too well read. Yes, number 9.
Affronting our obstructions and stay put and strong, and to have some sort of dignity to not subdue. To not fall into how could I say it? Into defeat.
To defeat. Yes. That would help. Number 2.
Emily said, help Wei Mountain Temple.
Help temple. Wait. What about the other temples? Wait a minute. Can we have a list of things? Okay. So, but thank you. Okay, here. It's funny how profound the sutras are. And it is proof to you that you don't pay attention, do you? You don't pay attention. It's right there in front of your eyes. And that's why I asked you to see if anyone noticed. But no one noticed. Especially the Chinese. And the Vietnamese who knew it already don't bother answering you. Huh? What's right there? The clue is right there already. That's why I asked you. Right in front of your eyes, you still don't get it. Yes, now she's challenged. Yes, 9. What did they miss? What are they missing?
Just in my opinion, we should keep the purified mind.
Okay? Purified mind, absolutely. That's very important. Anyone else? Q&A. It's right there in front of your eyes. No one? Okay. 8.
Master, I think just cultivate without expectation.
Oh, expectation. Yes. Okay. Anyone else? You are repeating yourselves, repeating my words. That's why I'm throwing new things at you. 8. Go ahead.
Maybe, Master, the key is in the countless. So if we have a discriminative mind, we kind of count. But if we don't have a discriminative mind, it could be countless.
Not bad. Not bad. Yes, 4.
Thank you, Master. If it's right in front of my eyes, it appears that the instructions would be, you're going to need to build like a time-traveling sailboat, so you can go to each of the 3 periods of time in a great ocean and cultivate in the sailboat in each of those periods of time.
New technology. Yes, you will make a fortune. Number 2, do you have something to say?
C.Y. Wang says, as it is.
As it is. Okay. Here's the clue. This is so interesting. And of course, I don't blame you for missing it. I just figured out tonight. Okay. It's not like I knew about this. It's only tonight I realized, that's how you do countless blessings. I said, that's why. So it's just because of you I just learned something new. Thank you. Okay, here's a funny thing. Remember I said this Buddha here created countless blessings. That's how he became a Buddha. Remember that? So that's the past. What about the present? He also cultivating a great ocean of multitudes of blessings in the present as now as well. He's everywhere, teaching everywhere in the world. Okay? Does it make sense now? Is it clear now? What are the future? That too. He will never stop planting blessings. In other words, yes, number 3.
Well, because the Buddhas, as soon as they become Buddhas, they start teaching the Avatamsaka Sutra everywhere. So they continue, and the blessings are found in the Avatamsaka Sutra because they're endless.
Yeah, that too. It's just like, when a tycoon cultivates blessings, he has more to give than we do.
Right.
That's the way it is. That's how you become tycoons. That's why you're tycoons. And you do tycoon things.
So it just keeps multiplying.
Just multiplying.
Because they're in all the 3 periods of time.
Because he plants blessings.
That's what he does.
That's all he does. It's so obvious. And you guys miss it all. That's all he does. Plant blessings. What else does he do? He wakes up, he plants blessings. He eats, he plants blessings. He goes to the toilet, he plants blessings. You find it funny, huh? But for you, no, can you wait a minute? Let me go to the toilet first. But for the Buddha, that's all he does. He never stops. So, planting and not planting blessings is the same to him. That's all he does. And I'm reminded of what Master YongHua did as well. His entire life is to plant blessings. He did nothing else. Think about it. Huh? That's all he did. No wives, no children, yeah? No, nothing. It's all about for others. That's all he does. And the interesting about that is that, do Catholics know that Master YongHua helped them? They don't. They don't even know. He helped indiscriminately, and no one knows. That's multitudes. See? That's a proof of multitudes for you. You agree? Is it clear now? A great ocean is endless and multitude because there's no discrimination. It's just, it's there. You do it because that's what you do. You don't think about it anymore. That's how you create blessings. The book says there's nothing, that's the books, okay, and that's fine. When you get to that point, that's fine too. But it's not what the book says, okay? I'll explain it to you because you don't understand what the book says. That's why I have to explain it to you. But this is the real deal. Had already been purified. Meaning that in the past, he created blessings, impure blessings. How? In a bodhisattva path, he planted impure blessings. Buddhas don't do impure blessings anymore, but in the past, he planted plenty of impure blessings. Okay? So even as bodhisattvas, they planted impure blessings. The Buddha did that as well. And now, as a Buddha, he became a Buddha. All those impure blessings are purified. Yes, 4.
So these impure blessings were likely casted about during very early historical times. And then as time progressed, the actions of them actually became impure, because at the time, perhaps, because of the changes of history with humans, so many things have changed, social life, family life, and so forth. What you might have offered as a blessing then, in passing of time, became impure.
Okay, let me let 8 speak.
Master, what is impure blessing?
Impure blessings are blessings that are created by karmas motivated by greed, anger, and stupidity. Is that clear? If, when you plant blessings, for example, you do charity work, you do charity work, you feed the homeless, you feed the poor, okay? And so you give a lot of money, okay? And you do it because you want people to know that you're a good person. So far, so good? That's impure. When you give, just give. Forget about it. No ulterior motives. If you have ulterior motives, it's impure. That's a coarse form. Okay? A more subtle form, you have a little bit higher level kung fu. Okay? So for low level, they say, I give, like the Bezos and so forth, I give because I want people to know that I'm a good person. I'm a great person. I'm a great human being, and they should look up to me. Okay? That's what Bezos does. Buffett doesn't do that. That's why I don't talk, I don't blame Bezos. Bezos is doing his best, okay? But Buffett should be better than that, okay? But anyway, the point here is that at the course level, you have these ikkiya, ulterior motives, okay? And it changes as you get better, as you said. As you, at a course of low forms, yes, you say, oh, I do this. I do it because I enjoy it. Let's face it. I do philanthropy. I help people because it makes me feel good. Yes? Because if you don't feel good about it, you stop doing it, let's face it. Okay? So at the course form, at the low level, people do it because they recognize, they're honest about it, say, I like it, I enjoy it. I like it when I see a child eyes light up when I give her something, and it makes me feel good. Okay, it makes my heart feel warm. Okay, and so it makes me feel like a human being. Not just a coldless and ruthless kind of man who's going to throw his weight around at work. Okay? So that's why they're doing it. That's fine. It's understandable. It's commendable. As you get a little bit higher level, okay, now your motives are more subtle. It's not like, I want people to know that I'm the richest man in the world and I use my money with so much wisdom to great causes. But as you get higher levels of samadhi, higher level of wisdom, now the impurity is a lot more subtle. Okay? What's subtle? For example, before, if you are low level, you want the whole world to know. Now you get a little bit high level, you give Master a red envelope and write down your name only. So only Master knows. Shucks, I'm going to lose a lot of donations from now on. That's progress. Come, I like it. I mean, please don't get me wrong. I don't mind. I love it. I was wrong. I love it. But you see, it's more subtle. You see, I hope Master notices me, you know. Okay. But just me, yeah. because when I donate, you should not brag about it. You should not tell people about it. But all I wanted Master to know is me. That's all. See, it's much better. And it's so commendable. It's so wonderful. Okay? So, you see, so it gets more refined. Okay? And the next level is what? He said, I don't give a damn about Master. If he doesn't know, I don't care. But I hope one you knows. He's so smart now. He figured me out. He said, Master is useless. I'd rather give to 1 yin, which is much better for me. So now I don't want Master to know. I only want 1 yin to know. You see? And these people, as they get better, their blessing is less impure, but they're still impure. Okay? So bodhisattvas still, they have, impure blessings themselves. All right? So that's why. Yes, too.
From Jason K. The sutra talks of the conduct of happiness of the bodhisattvas. One of the 10 conducts give with a happy heart. Don't just give.
Which sutra? No such sutra. Brahmahina Sutra, Mahayana, we don't give with a happy heart. What are you talking about? We give with a sad heart. It's our hard-earned money. We are suffering. We know we're supposed to give, but these people are so ungrateful. They just take it. And just like Shariputra with that man who Shariputra gave him an eye, to great pain, Shariputra pulled out an eye, say, here, take this and make a medicine for your mother, for your beloved mother. And the guy stomped on the eyes. And that's how you feel, how bodhisattvas feel. Every time they give you something. It's no happy heart, let me tell you. It hurts. It's so Hinayana, these people. Probably the wrong Vietnamese. Yes, number 8.
Master, at each level, they can only purify much of the blessing. Is there a way to be able to purify more?
It happens naturally. Don't worry about it. Now this guy is so worried. I only want to create pure blessings. Say what? Then what are you going to do when you become a Buddha? Nothing left to do. God is so unreasonable. He wants, to do everything all at once. And I'll be done. Okay. 158. text. Yet he constantly manifested birth in all Buddha lands.
而恒世生诸佛国度。
159. Yet he constantly manifested birth in all Buddha lands. Okay? He's becoming Buddhas everywhere. All the time. Non-stop. Meaning what? He's here. He's in Western Blissfield land. Huh? He's same thing. Amitabha Buddha is here as well. Huh? They're everywhere. And guess what? Losers don't know that. They believe in gods. They said, oh, that God, the one God. We have countless Buddhas everywhere. Yes, loser, go ahead.
I don't need that many gods. Only one is sufficient.
You're no fun. Why are there so many gods? Because each god has a specialty, a different specialty. Just like different chefs. Some are good at Chinese food, some are good at Korean food, some are good in, steak and eggs and so forth. That's what makes the world go round. Grow up, man. It's funny that the Buddha, we so worried, the Shakyamuni Buddha is dead, and so forth. He's born right now too, somewhere. We just don't know, that's all. Think about it. And who are we to say that I'm the best monk there is, I'm that has the most wisdom because I'm a left-home person. Buddha is born somewhere, probably as a lay person right now, who is a lot wiser than all of us combined. Okay? Yes, 9.
Master, I have a question. I've been looking at Sophia, Laurelin, I'm sorry, Sabina's Sabina's textbooks, and there is a section that she's gonna go into Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a question there that it asks if Buddhism is polytheist. Polytheistic.
Polytheist has many gods.
Oh. Can you please
answer that? Sure.
Thank you.
Buddhism has many gods, but their gods are numerous, countless gods. There are plenty of gods up there. Not just the Christian God. There's many more gods at low levels or high levels as well. Okay, and there are also gods. There are god kings as well. Not just gods. Gods are there's so many gods. Okay, but the god kings who rule over those gods. This is the cosmos for the Buddhists. They learn about gods, and on top of the gods, the ruler of the gods, are actually god kings. Okay. So that's the structure of the universe. Like you have the human kings, you have ants kings, you have cockroaches kings, and so forth. That's how the world is ruled. And you find out more in further why there are so many kings coming to see the Buddha. Okay? So yes, there's many gods. That's a word, polytheist. Polytheist, thank you. So, but that's just one aspect of existence. God is one form of existence. But in Buddhism, we learn of other levels of existences where the one we aspire to are the plane of existence where the being get there by virtue of their wisdom, of their blessings. So among those levels, there are things like arhats, which are there because they have wisdom. Okay? And then higher than arhats, in particular, are the bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, which are the highest. So yes, Buddhism has this cosmos, which is very detailedly, very explained in great details in this sutra. All right? Only in the sutra. The other sutras don't have this kind of level of details at all. It describes about the Christian God and so forth. It's very funny what he does, the Christian God. I hope that the Kartik Danya will not be there that night when we talk about it, because it would destroy his faith in his God. Seriously. And so the Buddhists, we can talk about anything. There's no holds barred. Okay. So that's why we can talk about God. We can talk about demons. We can talk about hells. We can talk about ghosts, spirits, bodhisattvas, pratyeka Buddhas, and so forth. And the world is fascinating. Not the way this narrow vision we all have, that the humans only have. Okay? Anyone else? Yes, 8.
So the Buddha can manifest maybe infinity of bodies in different Buddha lands?
Yes. As he needs to help, whoever he needs to help to teach, he will manifest births everywhere. Okay? Why is that? Why is that? Oh God, I'm going to explain to you everything, huh? Oh, this is incredible. You don't know anything. Yes, too. Why?
Can I go back to Jason K's comment?
Sure.
So he said it's in the Shurangama Sutra, Volume 7, the 10 Conducts. So I'll just read this paragraph. However, there are also 2 aspects of giving, which are not the same as the 3 kinds. The 2 aspects comprise another explanation entirely, since it is called the conduct of happiness. The first aspect is that one should practice giving with a happy heart. One should enjoy giving. It's not that one decides to give only under duress. It's not force, such that on the one hand one wants to give, but on the other hand one doesn't want to. It's not that one is indecisive, thinking, I'd like to make a gift, but it's my money. It's said that giving up some money is like cutting off a piece of one's flesh.
Very good. I appreciate the quote, and it's very good. When you talk to me, you have to quote the proper stuff and cite the proper stuff, because I'm not as well-read as most of you. And I stand by my answer. It's Hinayana teaching part that of the Shurangama Sutra. That part of teaching is for Hinayana level kinds of disciples. Yes, is there any other things over here? Yes, 8.
Going back, because the Buddha never stops planting blessings.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was the question before that I don't remember the question anymore.
What question? I think we answered all questions.
Yeah, because I asked about if the Buddha could manifest in different infinity Buddha lands, and you said that yes, he's always present when he needs to be present.
Yes, he needs. Oh, thank you. Why? Why does he do that? Oh God, I really have to explain every single word for you. You see, I'm telling you, the Chinese are not telling you everything. And that's why they think the Chinese, the people who read the Chinese text, like in San Jose, the Chinese in San Jose, they think they understand, but they don't understand at all. Because I asked, they can't answer. Why? Why is that? You don't know, don't. This is a Buddhist thing. Because yes, say.
Because he never stops.
Yeah, he never stops because that's what he must do. Buddhas do things for a reason. Who are we to say, to expect, to claim that we understand why? We don't know, but that's what he does. Okay? And you force the issue, I say, because he has to save someone. That's why he's doing it. Okay? But the point here is that a lot of things Buddhas do, we have no clues. So let's stop pretending we know why he's doing it. But that's what he does. And if you want a very shallow explanation, very rationale reason that that's easy for you to understand, because he has to save those people. Because he promised he would save those people. If you wish, okay? But there's many more reasons we don't know. Okay? So let's stop pretending we know why he's doing it. So I ask you a question, and I tell you I don't know. All right? A few more minutes. 160, his boundless physical marks were perfect and full. His radiance pervaded the Dharma realm equally and without discrimination.
无边色相，圆满光明，遍周法界，等无差别。
161. His boundless physical marks were perfect and full. The Buddha, this reward body Buddha, this boundless physical marks here refers to the reward body of the Buddha that he used to lecture the sutra. Okay? And this reward body, unlike Shakyamuni Buddha is basically a short human being compared to the reward body. But when the bodhisattvas came to the Bodhi tree to listen to the sutra, what they saw was not Shakyamuni Buddha. What they saw was the reward body, Nishanda Buddha. And then this reward body Buddha, Nishanda Buddha, has countless, incredible characteristics. Okay? Incredibly sublime, so beautiful, so wonderful, so adorned features. Okay? And in our world, for example, we are drawn to, the physical, the good looks and so forth. Okay? Men have a certain type of good looks. Women have a certain type of good looks. Koreans' good looks are different from American good looks. Yes? But we have these characteristics. All right? But the Buddha, this reward body here is universal. It is so attractive. It is so adorned. Okay? And everyone look at him and say, wow, that is perfection of beauty. Okay? Because it's funny because I look back on some of the comments I heard, like, Chung Sunim is so handsome. Is he here tonight? Oh, he's sleepy. Yeah. Chung Sunim is so handsome. I said, why? She says, he looked just like Earth-store Bodhisattva. You can tell she's Asian. So Chung Yisunin would never be the same ever again. He walks around and says, "Oh, Emma, I don't look like Earth or Bodhisattva." But for Caucasians, eye is too small. Too short, yeah, right? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. There are different standards, but so you can imagine these bodhisattvas. Some of them came from India, some came from Asia, some came from Kamchatka, Himalaya, somewhere. So, but they all came to this place here in the Bodhi tree. Look at the Buddha, say, "Oh wow, he's something else." You got the message? Isn't that beautiful? You guys have all these prejudices. You all look at them over there. Look at Chung Yizim. Yeah, he's handsome. You know what I mean? But for us, but the Buddha is so, to me it's so funny because it is so captivating. This small section here, it says boundless physical marks of perfect and full. I mean, it says it's perfection of beauty. You cannot, full meaning that it cannot be improved. Okay? It's radiance pervading the Dharma realm equally and without discrimination. So the Buddha here, his light, he emits light constantly. And this light here, he emits, okay, day and night, okay, it goes everywhere. It goes through walls. You can see it at night. Okay? Equally, meaning that everywhere. It's like this light here. Like this notion of light. The light is everywhere. Okay? No discrimination. And the difference is in the Buddha's light is that it cannot be stopped. It's there. Right now, his light is here, but we can't see it. Because of our karmic obstructions. Okay? So don't let the Catholics convince you that the Buddha has no light. The light is here, but the Catholics can't see it. Okay? All right? It's the Buddhist thing. They wouldn't understand. All right. Without discrimination, meaning that it doesn't care. You're from India, or you're too far away, or too small, or too arrogant, or whatever. And Buddha doesn't care. Okay, no discrimination. All right, time is up. Thank you, everyone. Next time we pick up at 162. Envelopes are okay. I want to stress that.